Uh, I'm sorry. Every time I feel like I adjust this, it's always just so. There we go. That should work, I suppose. So, good morning and hope everyone had a happy new year. And if you're still nursing that little bit of New Year's Eve cheer from New Year's Eve, even up till now, thank goodness today is Saturday. So happy Saturday, everybody. So, let's see. What's the second low and high in act of kindness that I do in 2021? Let's see. Well, my low is the fact that I really couldn't spend as much time with my folks as I would have liked. But there is a legitimately good reason for that. Because around the early evening, it started to rain. Problem is, later on it became freezing rain. See, my mother actually had to work yesterday, and she got home around 8 o'clock last night. I was going to hang until like 9, just to spend time with them, right? And my mom walks in, and she's like, Nick, you have to stay here for the night. I'm like, what? The roads are bad out there. And I sort of had an idea that they were, and she wasn't entirely wrong. But what made her so incredibly worried is because she works at the Corning Hospital, and she actually passed by like several accidents like coming home. And keep in mind, Corning Hospital is like 5 minutes away from where my parents live. And literally on the highway, she saw like 4 accidents or something like that. It was pretty weird. Like, I was driving and I could see all the like police car lights. That's how crazy it was. Thankfully, though, I don't go in that direction when I go home. I live in Elmira, not Corning. So, don't get me wrong, the roads were still a little bit on the, shaky side. And I still had to drive a lot slower than I normally would. I think I left at like just after, like right before 8:10, or maybe it was like 8:05, and I got back here at 8:30. So it was pretty crazy. I'll put it to you that way. But yeah, so my low is I couldn't be with my folks as much as I would have liked to, but that's okay because, I'm able to see him again today anyway. So it's already wonderful. My high was, if nothing else, I at least got to spend the day with someone in my life I love, aka my father. And it was just pretty much us like hanging the entire day. It was awesome. I can't really complain about we watched a little bit of football. For dinner last night, we made my mom actually made a big ham dinner the other night, and so for leftovers we had ham sandwiches. And without even trying, I actually made like the perfect sauce to put in a ham sandwich. For those of you guys who want the recipe, it's like mayo, Dijon mustard, and horseradish. And I put that on my it was basically like a leftover sort of sandwich. It was like leftover ham that we nuked in the microwave, some leftover lettuce, and there was like part of an orange bell pepper that no one was eating. So I'm like, I'll put that on my sandwich too. Get my fruits and veggies in, and it was really good. Seriously. It sounds like an arbitrarily different combination, but don't knock it. It was pretty, you have like the smokiness and smoky saltiness of the ham, the sort of sweet, sort of fruity flavors from that orange bell pepper. You have obviously some crunch from the lettuce. And we went to Meniere's last night. We got ourselves some chips. So, come on, who doesn't put chips on their sandwich, right? Not to mention the sauce I said I made. Oh, that was great. So I'm definitely going to try making that again. The sauce anyway. Because I get the feeling it'd be great for like, something like beef or something. I don't know. So that was nice. And my act of kindness was, well, actually, it's rather sort of scary endeavor because part of my high is the fact that I got to see my grandparents yesterday too, but not under the greatest of circumstances. See, believe it or not, my grandmother actually fell. So I ran over to their house and I helped get her up off the ground. So that was my act of kindness. I mean, she's fine. Nothing major. I mean, thankfully she was like laying her head on like some sort of pillow so she'd be comfortable until someone went and got her. Although it was weird. I get to my grandparents' place on 2nd Street in Corning. And I got a message on my computer down there. I keep my computer down there for those of you who I've done videos in this format like dozens of times at this point. You should know that my computer's right there. Where was I? Right. So I get to my grandparents' place on 2nd Street, and all lined up throughout that on that street, I saw not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 police cars. For a second, I thought maybe someone had called the police and maybe they helped get my grandmother back up and I came here for nothing. But I get inside, it's just my grandparents in the house. I have no idea why 4 police cars were on 2nd Street in Corning on the morning of New Year's Day, 2021. A part of me doesn't want to know because, I mean, one car, I could see if it was like one car for the sake of like a speed trap, maybe. But there was 4. What's going on here? And here's the thing. With the exception of one car, they were all like turned off. One car actually like was still like running. You can tell because obviously it was cold out and the gas from the muffler and the exhaust, it was still coming out of the muffler. So yeah, it was crazy. But I did get to see my grandparents yesterday. I got to see my folks yesterday, so I'm doing pretty good. Honestly, considering again the circumstances of the world still, this is about as good as you could probably hope to get for, what it is. Just being with family. It's nice. I have no arbitrary complaints. Really, it's just a simple matter of, perspective. I mean, some people, are going stir crazy. They want to be with lots and lots of people. I get that for sure. But I also like to stay realistic. Because I know if something goes wrong, simply crying about it isn't going to make it better. Pointing out the problem won't make it any better either. You got to work hard to fix it. And that's why all week I've been stressing if we want 2021 to be better, we got to work together to make it happen. So, again, I know I've hammered that in quite a lot lately, but it doesn't make it any less true. So, there you go. I guess the only thing I really could talk about is what plans I have for this year. I mean, I talked about New Year's resolution, but, resolutions are things that I would like to do and I want to try and accomplish. They aren't necessarily the same as, simply making videos every day, which is a plan. I still plan on doing that. I mean, I'm starting year 4. Isn't that exciting, huh? That'd be awesome. I can't wait till we get to that. I'm going to be doing the State of My Being address in a couple of days, which reminds me, another plan, I'm getting my haircut today. Yeah, I need a haircut. I know I need a haircut when, my hair, on this side of my head, goes past my ear, and, for some reason my ear itches, and that's because, the hair is, tickling my ear. So, I can quickly, get, a buzz and, get rid of that part, but, it doesn't really help up here. So, yes, I am going to be getting my haircut today, which is going to be awesome. But that's not really a plan for the year, that's a plan for today. Other plans, obviously doing more Keuka Lake related stuff when the time comes. Because again, it's only January 2nd. We are still in the very middle of winter. Actually, winter started on the winter solstice, which was like December 21st. So we've barely started winter, actually, when I think about it. Yeah. Luckily, though, March shouldn't be that far away. March 21st. So we'll just take 1 month at a time. What else is there to talk about? They're coming to get me. I think it was just a fire truck going by for some reason. Actually, I don't want to say some reason. I'm thinking fire truck would have their sirens on unless there was a fire going on or some sort of emergency. So I couldn't help but overhear the fire. Let's be honest, a fire truck is kind of hard to ignore the sound of, Right, so I mentioned, obviously I want to be still making videos this year, do more Cuba Lake related stuff. Some things I would like to do is, I've been making videos close to about, over 3 years at this point. At some point, let's be honest, it can be pretty boring simply having me on camera. So definitely having, and outside the occasional cameo from my father, or something like that, or that one time I showed on day 147, part 2. Yes, I still remember I did that. This was Memorial Day weekend, where I introduced you guys to my family. It can be pretty mundane, I suppose. Just simply be me. Don't get me wrong. I am the talent. We do not take the camera off of the talent. Okay? That's filming 101 right there. I don't know why I simply raised. I don't know why I raised my voice. I should have done that. But having guests wouldn't be a bad idea. I wouldn't mind doing that. Sure. I'd love to, talk back and forth with people via a camera. That'd be awesome. Actually, one thing I really wouldn't mind doing is if I got a bunch of like-minded people together and we did a sort of roundtable talk. For example, I played football at Horseheads, and so the other people I'd be talking to are also guys who played football at Horseheads. Sort of like that. Memories you have, or that's just one example. It could be really anything. It could be I could get several of my brothers together and talk about our times at Trinity Poly. I could get maybe my cousins together and talk about family memories that are actually, safe to talk about, express things within reason, So that would be nice. I do want to watch more stuff and talk about my thoughts on that, but something really has to strike me in the mood. And when I did my thoughts and feelings on Gurren Lagann, I really it was a combination of wanting to do that doing that on a whim, and plus for years I've been hearing how great Gurren Lagann is, so figure I might as well throw my hat in the ring and give it a watch, which I did. If I want to watch something, the mood has to strike me. You know what I mean? And, that's not saying nothing interests me, not at all. But something like that. So definitely do more thoughts videos on shows I like on that. The last thing I really want to go over is a sort of pipe dream that I have sort of alluded to. But here it is. See, for years, one of my all-time favorite people to watch on the internet was a person known as Eric Rodriguez, also known as the Blockbuster Buster. And he basically busts bad movies. But he doesn't just simply do that. During the holiday season, in fact, if he was still making videos as regular as he used to be, he'd be doing honest reviews right now. There are positive things on stuff he likes. For example, examples of, let me give examples of movies he's busted and give you examples of positive reviews he's done. Or honest reviews is what he calls them. So movies he's busted would include The Cat in the Hat. Let's see, what else did he bust? So that's a memorable one for me. Wild Wild West. Let's see. What's an anime movie he's busted? He's busted. Well, basically, I should be able. Jeez, I've watched like so many of his videos. The Son of the Mask. That's another one he busted. Basically, the kinds of movies he busts are the kinds of movies that were designed to make money. They were designed to be blockbusters, and obviously they were not very good at all. So he has to bust them. Examples of honest reviews he's done include, but are most certainly not limited to, the Harry Potter series, most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, the Boondock Saints movies. So believe me when I tell you, he has very good taste. In fact, his favorite movies of all time that he has done an honest review on, the Toy Story movies. So yeah, this is a really cool guy. And I'm talking about him because another series of videos he sort of does is stuff called casting couches, where if it's a franchise, it's going to be made into a movie, that's going to be live action probably, what actors would play them. Now, I wouldn't do something like that. See, you guys, I've said this many times on camera, my dream job is to become a voiceover actor. And I'm also a huge fan of One Piece. And the thought of a casting couch sounds pretty awesome. So what if they did a casting couch on One Piece characters who have yet to be voiced in English? Now, I would obviously do this within reason. I mean, I wouldn't get celebrities. At least not sole celebrities that have limited, experience in voiceover. I would actually, for the most part, pick very prominent, very well-known voiceover actors to play like these roles. That's one thing I would do. And with arcs right now currently Funimation is dubbing Dressrosa, so I couldn't really do a casting couch for anyone from that arc. But arcs like Zoe, Whole Cake Island, The Reverie, and Wano, there's a lot of characters that have yet to be introduced in the English dub. Maybe I could do stuff like that. And again, I would only pick a celebrity if that celebrity had a huge volume of voiceover credits. And there are quite a few. So again, I would do it within very good reason. But that's just what I would like to do. Let me know what you guys think I should do. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me, subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm very humble this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. Always right back. Take care and make good choices. Have a nice day.